Hello. I want to go over some very interesting developments with you. This is Iran. You'll notice over the last week there's only been one earthquake, a 4.1, in Iran. But last week, the week before, there were clusters of earthquakes in this area in Iran. Now, you'll remember our politics with Iran is right now they're very strained. There are threats going back and forth because of their nuclear program. Russia, China are on the side of Iran. We are on the side of Israel. We as America are on the side of Israel. We have threatened Iran, and they've threatened us. Both of us have threatened each other with high-tech weapons. I went there on Google Earth, and what I saw appeared to me to be military in nature. High-tech, possibly nuclear. Now let me show you something else. You'll remember I told you there was spiking going on in California. There were earthquake swarms in the place where I said there would be earthquake swarms in California. There had been all kinds of spiking there over this last week, and if you'll notice, there have been over 400 earthquakes in this same area in California. Now they're saying this has not happened since the 1980s. At times it means there's a big one on the way. At other times it doesn't mean there's a big one on the way. But there have been 400 in a week. 400. Now, I wanted to find out where they were mostly saturated. So I decided to zoom in with Google Earth. But before I did that, I went to the National Mosaic Enhanced Radar Image to find out if they were spiking and where they were spiking. And yes, of course, they're spiking. And by they, I mean Tesla Tech Array or Haarp type array. There is a fan spike going on in this area. This is constantly going on. It changes from day to day, but it's often going on in this area. And of course there is the negative return spiking going on in this area. All along this coast, bear in mind, there are nuclear plants all along this coast. But there is one particular HTA spike that I want to look at. It's right here, and it happens to be where most of the earthquakes were centered. This is the epicenter of most of the earthquakes in California. That cannot be a coincidence. It simply cannot be a coincidence. Let's go on Google Earth and find out what's there. What? In the middle of nowhere? What is this? This would appear to be a military installation. let's look around here. There's a great big mound that I'm standing on Google. What is this great mound that I'm standing on? Let's back off this mound. Those are silos. We're looking at silos, folks. These are silos. This is one of the targets of the main spiking going on. This installation. It's the same kind of place that I saw the spiking that we were doing and the earthquakes that were happening in Iran. Is it possible that the Russian TTA is spiking this particular area in response to our spiking and causing earthquakes in Iran? Now let's zero in for a moment on the place where these earthquakes in Iran have been taking place. Whoa, what is this? That doesn't look like the Stone Age things that we normally think of as going on in Iran. What is this? What is this? That appears to be a water pumping station, like you would find at a dam. That is a massive water pumping station. Well, where would they be pumping the water to? Here's another place very close to the water. What is that? Is it possible that those are 4 baths for plutonium? For plutonium rods to keep them cool? You know, it takes large amounts of water to keep plutonium cool. And of course we know plutonium is necessary if we want to create nuclear bombs. Interesting. Very, very interesting. And you notice it's out in the middle of nowhere. There are no cities around. Very, very interesting. There is one thing I'd like to show you. Remember I said that all up and down this area there were nuclear plants. All up and down this area. Well, one of the nuclear plants is shut down. And the first plant to be shut down is the San Onofre plant, a nuclear generating station near San Diego, California. I just wanted to give you a heads up about that so that you would know that there is a nuclear plant that is right now shut down because of leakage going on because of all the earthquakes that have been happening there.